I let the registration start for this master too, so that we can share it after today with those that cannot attend the meeting or simply are attending another meeting during this open day online. Well, I will be presenting the Master of Wine Culture Communication using the slides of a presentation in a way that some crucial informations are actually better explained when written than just told you by the presenter. Well, here we are. Let's go to the slides. I hope you can see them well. They should be visible to you, and therefore I think we can start. My name is Michele Fino. I'm professor of law in the University of Gastronomic Sciences, and I am one of the two conveners of the Master in Wine Culture Communication. We are two conveners because this master has changed a bit its design during the last years. And since 2019, we thought of two majors for this course that can be both chosen by the students according to their preferences and can lead to a punctual definition of the education the students get through this master in two different directions, but of course, both of them very rooted in the world of wine. This master is designed and delivered with the help of the Bank of Wine, that is a prominent institution for the conservation and the promotion of long-aging wines from Italy, and Slow Food, that is the international association that founded our university in 2004. As I told you, there is one course, but two streams for this master. You can call them majors, you can call them streams, the way you prefer. Stream one is the stream devoted to languages and perception. Stream two is devoted to marketing and strategy. Therefore, one is more linked to the experience of wine, when the second stream is more linked to the activity of the companies that are involved into winemaking and distributing. Plus to these two streams that allowed students to define the way they wanted to finalize their presentation, we have 10% of the ECTS credits of the course that are defined with the students. So we involve the students in choosing what are the topics they would like to deepen with experts or professors of the university during the time they are in Pollenzo. In this way, we definitely think that we allow each student to be master of his or her own master program, because we are glad to collaborate with you in the definition of the contents. The objectives of this master course are to create wine tellers and wine ambassadors. When we say wine tellers, we do not mean just people serving wine, but we mean people able to storytell wine. So people able to create a new narration of wine based on consistent agricultural, enological, environmental, and cultural elements we are pleased to deliver to you during the course. To provide you the knowledge that is required to be this new kind of brand ambassadors, this new kind of wine storytellers, we have created a path that involves knowledge and competencies in grape wine cultivation, wine culture, and winemaking with professors and professionals. The students will then after a first phase of the program in which they attend all the same courses, as I told you, the students will decide the stream they prefer among the two, and will end their period in Pollenzo attending classes that depend on their chosen stream. What has changed into this program after the COVID pandemic? Well, the classes are held in Pollenzo in presence, but if for any reason you don't come to Pollenzo, you cannot come to Pollenzo, or you cannot come to Italy at all, then you can attend the course thanks to the classes that are all recorded. You will find on the same platform we are using in this moment, that is Blackboard, all the classes recorded, as well as all the learning materials, papers, dossier, books that are needed to prepare for the exams will be uploaded on the platform, and will therefore allow you to learn and prepare even if you are not physically in Pollenzo. The course is divided in thematic modules. The first and common to everyone is the thematic module in wine culture. Here you find the more technical disciplines like viticulture, enology, tasting techniques, entomology and vineyard safeguarding, pruning and soil management, biodynamic viticulture, and sensory analysis of wine. Here are some of the faces you're going to meet during this part of the course. Maurizio Gili, agronomist, professor of viticulture, at the top of the page on the left. Right to him, Ilaria Pertot, that teaches entomology and vineyard safety. Lower to them, in the big picture, Ulrich Fischer from Germany, that teaches pruning. Luisa Torri, professor of sensory sciences in our university, and close to her, Stefano Pescarmona, wine grower in Emilia-Romagna and lecturer about biodynamic. I see that some of you have problems with the presentation. Let's check if I can fix the problem. Thank you for writing immediately if you see some problems. Do you see it now? Do you see the presentation now? Okay, it's a problem of my internet connection that has slowed down a moment. So thank you for informing me, and I do hope that now the problem is over, but I will control more regularly if everything works. So these are the faces I was describing before. From the top on the left, Maurizio Gili, on the right, Ilaria Partot, that teaches entomology. Lower to them, Ulrich Fischer from Germany, that teaches pruning. In the middle, black and white photo, Luisa Torri, professor of sensory analysis. And the last one with the sunglasses on his head is Stefano Pescarmona, that is a wine grower, Lambrusco maker in Emilia-Romagna, and lecturer of biodynamic viticulture. The second part of the wine culture thematic modules includes wine history and cultures, philosophy of wine, anthropology of wine, history of art in wine producing areas, wine law, and wine labeling. You may ask yourself why history of art in wine producing areas? Well, that's part of our idea of wine storytelling. You cannot properly market the wine from Italy or the wine from France or the wine from Germany if you are not able to describe the places this wine is sourced of. Therefore, to know about the art and the culture of the countries from which the wines you are going to sell are produced is crucial in order to be a new kind of communicator. And that's why we pay a lot of attention on these aspects, on these cultural, but at the end of the day, even marketing-related aspects. And here we have the anthropologist of the course, Michele Fontefrancesco, and across the page, you see on the top Ian Tattersall, lower to him with long hair, Robert de Salle. These two guys are two preeminent professors, paleontologists of the Museum of Natural History in New York, and they have published 5 years ago a book that is the Natural History of Wine. They come for a week every year in order to teach natural history of wine in our course. The last guy is the guy that teaches history of art in wine producing areas, Armando Castagno, that is one of the most prominent pundits of wine in Italy, and as you will discover, an amazing storyteller about wine. And by the way, one of the greatest experts of Burgundy and Champagne in this country, mostly Burgundy. This is one of the classes we have in the Bank of Wine. This is a picture taken during the first course of the master that took place in 2015. The classes in the Bank of Wine included tastings that are a lot every year, more than 20, and allowed students to discover territories where wine is produced and has been produced for centuries in Italy, but not just in Italy. Stream one, so at the end of the common part of the course, that are the thematic modules devoted to wine culture, you will be able to choose between the two streams. Stream one include wine, brain, and languages, aesthetics of wine, epistemology, and wine writing. Epistemology, as you can see with the trademark, is an innovative approach to wine tasting created by Professor Nicola Perullo, who is the co-convener of this master and is the chairman of this stream. During this stream, you will meet the people you find in this picture. Nicola Perullo at the top on the left, close to him, Richard Baudin, English guy, but now sorry, I see the presentation has gone again, but this time I'm prepared. So I was saying that close to Nicola Perullo, you see Richard Baudin, English guide that is an expert of guides and wine journalism, living for the last years in Italy, and therefore expert of this way of communicating wine. Lower to them, you see on the left, Gianpaolo Gravina, philosopher and wine expert with a long career in the wine journalism in Italy, and Emanuele Giannone, who is probably the most amazing guy we have in the program. And Emanuele is a ship engineer, so he designs ships and the creation of new ships, but is a 7 languages speaker, an amazing person able to lead you through activities that will develop your capabilities about telling wine and writing about wine in an amazing and probably unexpected way. The other stream is the stream I am the chairman, and is the stream in wine marketing and strategy. You will have classes of competitive strategy and entrepreneurship, wine industry, marketing, and statistics about wine, as well as classes about the sociology of food and wine consumption. And here are some of the faces you're going to meet. Roberta Sassatelli from University of Bologna, Sociology of Food and Wine Consumption. Close to her, on the top, Złatka Skarso, Hungarian expert of wine marketing that delivers the classes about wine marketing especially. Cinzia Parolini, professor of the University of Modena in Emilia-Romagna, and Carmine Garcia, that are the professors of the course of strategy that will be involved with you. I'm very, very sad that the connection is so weak that the slides fade away. Yes, I know, Alex. It's a problem of my connection. I do not know why, because actually is a good connection to what I can estimate, but there must be some problem. The previous presentation has gone very, very well. This one is not going the same. I try to let resume. Let's see if it's now work a bit better. So, as I told you, not only in the classes you are going to deepen dozen different topics about wine, but there will be also an intense activity we used to say hands-on. The first of it are the tastings and seminars at the wine bank in Pollenzo. You will have at least 20 meetings at the wine bank, but it's likely that we arrive to 25 meetings. Each of these meetings are devoted to uh, a kind of an expert or the business of some expert that can be insightful and to expose you to inspiring information. The Bank of Wine will also be the place where you have the tasting you will organize, and you will have the opportunity to meet users and other guests that you will be able to invite to Polenzo during your stay there, because we absolutely encourage the students to get in touch with the producers they like and invite them in Polenzo for extra meetings. Alongside these activities that take place where the university is located, we have three study trips that are currently planned in Italy at the moment because the COVID pandemic does not allow a different planning. But as soon as the situation improves, we will be absolutely happy to enlarge the radius of our activity and to reach places that are fundamental for winemaking all around the world with you during the year you are going to spend in Pollenzo. Actually, we usually organize one to Italy, another to Europe, and the third outside Europe. To give you just an insight, last year in 2019, students have been in Sicily, in Tuscany, in Sicily, in Burgundy, and final in South Africa. So three very different areas to be visited and to be understood under the viticultural and wine making point of view. This year, of course, we are working now on three destinations in Italy, but as soon as the situation improves, one or two of these trips will be substituted with other trips outside Europe, outside Italy, in Europe, and hopefully also outside Europe. But it depends a lot on the way the situation is going to improve. And as you know, currently, we cannot have false hopes about this improvement. During the study trips, you are not on a holiday. You have at least 40 scheduled meetings with producers. And you have not less than 150 hours of didactic activities, including wine tasting outside the university during the study trips. The study trips are amazing opportunities for getting in touch with the terroirs and getting in touch with producers that sometimes are really iconic producers. Therefore, during the study trips, please do not hesitate in taking any um, chance, any opportunity during the study trips to get in touch with companies, to share contact information, to stay in touch with people you would like to spend your internship there. Because after the time of the study trips, after the time of the course in Polenzo, you will be invited to spend a period as an intern in a cellar, in a company that sells wine, in a consortium, one of the institutions, the syndicates that protect designations of origin, and so on. Therefore, our career center will help you since the very early days you will spend in Polenzo in order to allow you to define what you want to do with the master diploma, and therefore what kind of internship is the best for you. What kind of internship will actually give you the opportunity to shift from the study at the university to a position in a company in the smoother place and also in the most satisfying way. The career approach is not a ready-made internship to be distributed. So you are not going to receive a card in Polenzo on which you find the name of the company you are going to spend your internship, and everything is already prepared, and you just have to leave the university and go there for the internship for the time that has been planned. It doesn't work this way. The career center approach takes that you and the career center collaborate very strictly from the very early days you are in Polenzo. What does it mean? It means that you are invited to get in touch with our career center to explain what you think, your doubts, your feelings, and also your desires. Through a set of meetings, not just one meeting, but a meeting each 2 months, you will be able to define what you actually want to do. And don't be surprised if your mind will change during the time you will be in Polenzo, because this is very normal, this is very likely. And at the end of this path, thanks to the career center approach, you will have defined what is the company you would like to get into as an intern, and you will be helped by the career center to get in touch with that company and to complete all the steps that are needed for a successful internship. After the internship, you will discuss the thesis that can deepen one of the topics of the course, but can also be a thesis about the internship at the company or the company you've been spending the internship in. So that's the final moment of your experience in Polenzo. It will take place in December 2021 with a public discussion in front of a commission. And if the result will be positive, you will be granted the diploma of the master in wine culture and communication. And then what are the people that got this diploma doing now? Here you see a short list. We have students, former students that now serve as wine market analysts, junior export managers, international sales manager, junior marketing manager, export area manager, as well as brand ambassador for companies or syndicates, social media expert and influencer, with one of the influencers with more followers in Italy, Anno Blogger, is a former student of the class 2017 of our master in wine culture and communication. But also hospitality and public relations, so not immediately related with wine, but something that has to do with wine. National sales manager or media content analyst as well, depending, for instance, on your previous background. If you come with a background in law, for instance, maybe that after you come back to your legal profession, but in the field of the wine companies, in the field of activities that relates to the protection of GIs, geographical indications, or protection of trademarks against imitations. So there are really many opportunities that depend on the way you melt former background with the course. The general crucial information. The course will start in January 2021. The ranking list, the final ranking list will be released on November 13, 2020, therefore a couple of months before the starting of the course. We talk about a ranking list even if the admissions to this master are rolling admissions. Rolling admissions means that while the students complete their application, they are immediately evaluated. This is comfortable for the students because if they want to apply, they can immediately know that if they are admitted or not. And at the same day, if they have other ideas about courses in Italy or abroad, they can be punctually informed by the university about their admission, and therefore they do not have any kind of risk or stress because they have to wait for a deadline and they actually don't know what expects for them in the future. The rolling admissions mean that the sooner the better. The sooner you complete your dossier and you submit it to the university, the sooner you know the results of it. And in case of admission, you can confirm your will to come to Polenzo and to learn in this master course. The fee remains the same of the last 5 years, and it's evaluated in 16,500 euros. There is financial aid available for students from European countries and from the US, as well as there is one scholarship for students that have low income and are high in the ranking of the master program. That means that even if you have been admitted, to know if you have been awarded with a scholarship, you need to wait November 13 because the final ranking list will be released only after that day. Well, I hope these informations are clear, and I'm absolutely happy to answer your eventual questions today. I hope that the problems of connection are now over, that you listened to me correctly, and that you could see the slides that I have shared with you. Well,
Professor Fino, I just want to say that I am also here.
So thank you very much, Charles.
If I had some connection problems at the beginning, but I followed the presentation with rapt attention, as I'm sure all of the prospective students who are participating did as well. I just wanted to offer my ear to any students that might have questions specifically regarding the admissions process. I would be happy to answer any of them.
As I told before, and please, Charles, in case of gap in what I say, in case of holes in what I say, do not hesitate in filling them. The process is completely online. You are not required to come to Polenzo for any kind of test or anything else. And online means that you are invited to complete a dossier on the site of the university, filling a questionnaire, sending us an essay, submitting all the documents on your side, and in particular your university bachelor diploma with a declaration of value that assesses the content of the diploma. And of course, you can also add recommendation letters or other elements that you think can display your will to come to Polenzo, your motivation to attend this master course, and your commitment to be a good student in our university. The recommendations letters do not need to come from a university level. Therefore, recommendation letters written by academics are good, but do not hesitate in submitting recommendation letters written by your the entrepreneur that you have been working in advance, or by the chef you've been collaborating during a summer school, or things like that. Alex is asking, there is also, sorry Alex, I could not read completely, there is also a possibility to do the master in the weekend for workers, but it is only a full-time master. It's a full-time master, but as I told you before, Alex, for the COVID pandemic, we allow every student to attend the course through the recorded classes. So you have complete choice. You may stay in Pollenzo and attend the classes physically, or you can stay not in Pollenzo. You can stay by you can stay in another area of Italy or even abroad and attend the classes using the recorded classes. Therefore, you don't need to be in Pollenzo, and if you want to conciliate it with the working activity, this is possible. I hope I could answer. Nicholas, your question is a very good one. We have had in the past people attending this course without a university degree. If you do so, you will not get a master diploma, but you will get a certificate of attendance displaying every single course you've been attending. In case you decide to apply to this course without the university degree, you are admitted eventually as an auditor. The auditor does all the things the students do, except the exams and the final thesis. Therefore, you complete the course without the worst part of the course, if you want, because you do not stand for the exams and you do not have to write the thesis. But to be very clear about that, yes, but to be very clear about it, all the auditors that have been in Pollenzo until now, except one single person, have presented their thesis and have discussed their thesis because they wanted to do so to complete the master course in this way. Yes, Nicholas, you as an auditor are admitted to the internship. You go on the internship and you participate to every study trip exactly doing the same things of the other students. Yes, absolutely. Well, Dean Chevinsky, I'm pleased to inform you that actually in 15 days after the completion of the dossier, you know if you are admitted or not. Serena asks, is it possible to start the program online and later come to Pollenzo? Absolutely, yes. This is exactly the kind of flexibility we've been thinking of when preparing how to cope with the pandemic. We have figured out a beginning of the classes with less students because the pandemic have not yet been completely out of our lives, but expecting that through the year 2021, the students can finally come to Pollenzo and complete their period of study in Pollenzo in presence, because we absolutely believe that knowing each other is a great value. Absolutely. Alex asks, I currently do another university. Can I do both of them at the same time? No, Alex, this is not legal. If you do so, you can be admitted only as an auditor in our university, even if you are running for a university degree in the other university. The Italian and the European legal frame do not allow you to stay as a student in two universities at the same time for the goal of following two different master programs or course in general. So therefore, you should be ending one before doing the other if you want to have both the university degrees. If you are willing to attend this course as an auditor, of course, you don't have any obligation, and you can have you can be auditor in Pollenzo while you are student in a different university. Yes, Alex, the fee is exactly the same because you have the same rights. You have the same access to classes. You have the same study trips, the same air tickets and meals during the study trips. You have all the tasting as well as any other student. So there is no difference in your experience. Bianca, am I required to have related basic wine knowledge before taking this master course? No. We are pleased to inform you that if you have a good motivation to attend the course, we will start, even if with tough classes, we will start from the basics. Therefore, you will have basics of viticulture, basics of enology, basics of wine tasting with the lexicon of wine tasting included. Therefore, you will be trained from the beginning. Of course, if you can come with some wine culture, you will have less to study during the first month in Pollenzo, but absolutely there is not a basic level that is mandatory. The essay is normally a couple of pages, Francesca, and the questionnaire is based on questions that require up to 5-6 lines each question to be answered. So nothing incredible. Absolutely. And in case you find something you are not comfortable answering to because you don't understand or you have some doubts, Charles Wolinski and the other guys at the student's office are always willing to help you. Alex, if I do the course like an auditor, at the finish of the course, I also do the discussion and get the master diploma? Nope, I told it before, Alex. You can do the final exam and present your thesis and discuss your thesis, but an auditor can get a certificate of attendance that is different in form and legal effect to a master degree. How long should the essay should be? As I told before, answering Francesca, couple of pages. Okay. Do you have any other question, guys? Alfonso, I missed the answer to Serena's question. Could you repeat, please? Serena asked, how long should the essay should be? And I told her that averagely the essays are about a couple of pages. Therefore, nothing, let's say, incredible to be completed. And the questionnaire asks for questions that require 5 to 6 lines to be answered, not more. So it is absolutely something that you can cope with. No stress about it. Alfonso, is it possible to start the program online and later comes to Pollenzo for the in-person classes? Yes, Alfonso, I'm pleased to repeat that. When you apply to this course and you are admitted, you can start online using the recorded classes, and then in a second time, let's say, for instance, from March or from April or from May, come to Pollenzo for ending the classes live in Pollenzo. This is the kind of flexibility we have thought of when preparing the measures of the university to cope with the pandemic. So feel absolutely free to shift from online learning to in-presence learning whenever you think it's better for you. I do thank you, Alfonso, for asking. It's a pleasure to explain it. No, Serena, the certificate of sommelier is a different thing. The certificate of sommelier you can get from the Wine Set Trust or from the Italian Association Sommelier or many other associations that lead courses this way is a different kind of diploma. you can get during the course in Polenzo, because normally these kind of courses are taught in the evening, but are different in terms of content and in terms of intensity to the master you are going to attend. The master you're going to attend is based on a lot more hours with topics that never enter a program to become sommelier. And actually, this course is not a course to prepare sommelier for the restaurants. I mean, there are sommeliers that decided to attend this master at the University of Gastronomic Sciences, but our professional goal is not to create sommelier. It's to create wine expert that can work as sommelier, but more likely work as F&B manager or communicators or teachers or experts involved in the procurement of fine wine and so on. Okay, thank you, Serena, for asking. If you don't have any other question, please, for further information, refer to the student's office. But if you want to discuss some topic with me as a convener of this master, or you have some personal questions that you are not comfortable in asking now during this public meeting, please take note of the email address I have just shared in the chat and send me an email. In case I can answer your email with the information you need, it will be a pleasure. In case we need to define a Zoom meeting, it will be a pleasure too. You can see now also Charles Wolinski from the student's office has shared his email address, and therefore you can count on 2 addresses at the university to ask for further doubts to be solved. Thank you very much for attending the meeting today. Hope to see you in Polenzo too, Nicolas. Really, it's a pleasure to read your lines. For any further information, do not hesitate to write. And really, enjoy this fall and think of your future in Polenzo. It will be a pleasure to welcome you. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. I just am going to break in here just to wish you a personal thanks for attending, for taking the time to listen to this presentation. We really appreciate your interest, and we hope to perhaps see you in Polenzo. And I personally look forward to reviewing your applications for the program. Thank you, Professor Fino.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening too, everybody.